Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Tomb Raider Remastered is happening officially. But it's not all roses. It's not all roses. Why is it not all roses? Well, Crystal Dynamics, even though they're not doing the remaster, have come out and condemned the original games. Why? Because of some harmful depictions. Some deeply harmful, inexcusable, in fact. They don't align with Crystal Dynamics' values. Even though some of them are genuinely true. Like cannibalism, for instance, in a certain location. I mean, that was true. Demonstrably so. But we can't show it. Can't have that, even though it's true. God damn. I hate this timeline. Hit subscribe if you're new here. We're going to take a look, deep dive into Twitter. Yes, because that's where a lot of this is kind of populated. And it's getting a lot of traction, a lot of views, a lot of people with thoughts. And I thought it'd be interesting to dive into and also to get your thoughts. So we'll dive in. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Turn the bell notifications on. And follow me over on Twitter yourself. So you can stay up to date on just general bits and pieces and video content. Because YouTube doesn't like to notify people. So now here we have it. This is from... well, this is just a tweet that has got the most traction, as you can tell. And it's from Tomb Raider tweet. Crystal Dynamics has condemned the offensive depictions of people and cultures rooted in racial and ethnic prejudices or history, because there is some genuinely historical stuff in there. I mean, it is Tomb Raider. In Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3, Remastered, and says the stereotypes portrayed are deeply harmful, inexcusable, and do not align with our values. So what do they say? The games in this collection contain offensive depictions of people and cultures rooted in racial and ethnic prejudice. These stereotypes are deeply harmful, inexcusable, and do not align with our values at Crystal Dynamics, even though they're not doing the remaster, but fine. Rather than removing this content, we've chosen to present it here in its original form, unaltered, in the hopes that we may acknowledge its harmful impact and learn from it. Now again, like I said, the only thing that I can really think of here is the cannibalistic element, but that was true. That's historically representative. So I don't really understand. I don't know what the issue is. But people aren't having it. People are not impressed with this at all. As you can tell, it's all in the wording. If they had said like this, then there probably wouldn't be much of an issue. The games in this collection contain potentially harmful depictions of people and cultures. These stereotypes today are considered harmful and do not reflect our values at Crystal Dynamics. Rather than removing this content, we've chosen to present these games in their original form in the hopes that we may acknowledge how they were a product of their time and learn from it moving forwards. Yeah, I mean, there's that. I think all trigger warnings should be a thing of the past. I think people are just weak, wet blankets and need to grow the fuck up, quite frankly. But fine. I mean, that would be better. What I feel like Crystal Dynamics really wanted to say: screw all of you hardcore fans constantly whining about the original Lara Croft. She was problematic and these games are offensive and racist piles of garbage that don't compare to our games at Crystal Dynamics. We saved this series and you would be nothing without us. That's quite funny, to be honest. So let's see what's the response, because people are not happy. They're roasting it. This is exactly how I expected them to solve this issue, not making changes of the game but acknowledging it. There are no issues. I mean, it could have been worded a bit more neutral, but I like that there's a disclaimer about the content, because stuff like the South Pacific cannibals is just stereotyping. People are smart, by the way, in the comments. South Pacific, oh, you mean those people who are notorious for both headhunting and cannibalism well into the 20th century? How harmful. Yeah, exactly. The noble savage trope here is just as stereotypical. That's true. That is true. That's a stereotype in and unto itself. It's not a harmful one, I guess, is it? Well, it would be if you thought that was reality and you got your head chopped off. Anyway, couldn't just leave it, could they? Had to throw their woke ideology on these classic games that millions have enjoyed. This is very true. Yeah, sure, Crystal Dynamics. I'm sure everybody at the office was very offended by Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3 stereotypes. They haven't downsized their tits. You talk not that I want them to, FYI, but you talk about stereotypes. I mean, she's still in her hot pants. What is Crystal Dynamics' name even attached? Or why is Crystal Dynamics' name even attached to this project? They had no hand, zero input in the making of the remaster. It's because it's been licensed to Aspire Media. Aspire Media did all of this, by the way, and should get massive probs, but Obviously, it's kind of licensed through Crystal Dynamics. Cannibal tribes exist. I don't really understand what is exactly harmful and offensive to them. Yeah, they're not playing it, are they? The cannibals are not playing Tomb Raider going, God, they've got our number, mate. And turns out the Eton soldier in South Pacific wasn't devoured by humans. It was a dinosaur, but he didn't realise it. Oh, my God. Any reason to try and get their name on it? If this collection shows anything, it's that we have our appetite back for Tomb Raider games that they've been trying to distance themselves from since 2006. That's true. The only thing that immediately comes to mind is the tribesmen in the South Pacific from Tomb Raider 3. But that's true. Idiots. Absolute idiots. I'm not going to buy something that's a condemnation of the original developers. No thanks. Please do, though, because there's other developers that worked on this. Hold the hell up. What? They are offended over something that isn't offensive at all to gamers? This is some woke stuff. Yes, DJ Croft. Which stereotypes are they talking about? What? Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, I don't know aside from that one thing. Like, what else is it? What else is it? If it's harmful and inexcusable, why even release the games? Are they admitting to profiting from harming people? Yeah, we're harming cannibals. It seems they're excusing themselves just fine. I get some general viewer discretion is advised message, but this is caving to hypersensitive losers. Yeah, they're just getting roasted, torn apart. And this is the speculation is that Disney had some kind of hand in it. Because this is the message that you get on Disney animated films. It's exactly the same. It's very odd. If they felt so strongly about it, don't release it. Jesus. Can they please focus on the new game? There they can show us how a proper woke Lara Croft and game could look like. Don't try to force modern standards to old games, movies, books, etc. This is true. This is very, very true. And this is the thing, right? Like, this is what I thought it was going to be about, but I don't really understand. I'm not sure what the issue is. I really don't know what the issue is. I think it's just that one thing by the looks of it. At least they didn't remove it. Is this in reference to the cannibals? That's all I can think of. Yeah, other people, exactly the same thing. I'm glad they're being roasted and torn apart, though. Some people with some common sense. All these splash screens do is make me hammer space faster so I can get to the actual game. There seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere. That's fucking true. So there you go. I mean, there's nothing else really there. It's just that they're being torn apart. And the remaster does look quite good, actually. I really like Tomb Raider. I really like Tomb Raider 2. Very specifically. I really enjoyed Tomb Raider 2. And locking my waiter, my butler, in the walk-in fridge. That was great. Or pantry, I guess it would be. Anyway, leave your thoughts down below. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.